Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing a quick look with a pop of color. I'm starting out filling in my brows. I am using a Morphe pencil. I always start either in the middle or at the end of my brows to begin to fill them in. I take my time with light strokes and then I build the color that I want. After filling in my brows, I go in and I use the spoolie to buff them out, and then I apply a brow gel. The brow gel that I use is by Colourpop. Also, keep in mind that your brows are sisters, not twins. They will look alike, but not fully, okay? Next up, I'm going to grab my concealer. I'm using, I don't remember, it'll be in the description box, to conceal under my brows. I use a brighter color under my brows and I use a darker color for the top. For the top of my brows, I tend to use Born This Way in Butterscotch, their concealer in Butterscotch. To make sure my concealer is all nice and blended, I use a buffer brush from Morphe and I buff out under my brows, and then when I do the top, I use the same brush or similar brush and I buff out the top. Just want to throw out there that I do my brows like this almost on an everyday basis, minus the top concealer. I'll use the Too Faced concealer underneath my brows just to give it an extra clean look, and I use Butterscotch because it matches perfectly with my skin tone and I like for it to look natural. But anyway, next up we're going to jump into our eyes. So we're going to grab our P. Louise base and we're going to apply that all over our eyes. I am using a buffer brush to buff that in nice and evenly. And then I use a Morphe brush that my friend recommended to me to pick up any extra product that may be left. Now I'm going to grab the Warrior 2 by Juvia's Place and we're going to tap in the color Cuffrou. It's the middle dark brown. That color is going to be concentrated in your crease, and I'm using a fluffy brush throughout this video and we're just gonna buff, 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 blend, 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 get it to your liking. I decided that I need something to mellow it down a little bit, so I'm going to grab the color Yodit, I believe. It's the light brown. I am applying that color right above the dark brown to kind of smooth it out a little bit. It did a little something. I went back and I grabbed my first fluffy brush that I used for the dark brown, and I'm just making sure that's nice and buffed in. Now we are going to cut the crease. We're going to grab our P. Louise once again and cut the crease. I am no guru. I'm just trying to practice cut creases so I can be better and I could be out here like, you know, these MUAs and stuff. I'm going to use that same brush and I'm going to buff it out to make sure it's a nice clean base, removing all the extra product. Now we're going to grab our Morphe palette. The name of this palette will be in the description box below. I'm going into the color Creams. We're going to take cream and apply it to the outer part of our lid. It doesn't change the color much, but it gives it the extra little pop that it needs. Next up, we're going to go into up front and we're going to apply that on the rest of the lid between the corner and towards the middle. After that is all done, we're going to dip back into that dark brown and redefine our cut crease. Now we're going to use the J. LaRue. I have the color stack. I'm going to use the neon yellow. I don't remember the exact name for this color, but you're going to take that and apply it to your inner corner of your eye. I just want to say, if you own any J. La Rue products, this stuff can be very messy. It's highly pigmented. It's beautiful. However, be careful opening it because I spilled a lot of this everywhere and it was all over my hands and spilled on some of my brushes. So just be careful. I did my full face off camera, but a look is not complete without lipstick. I used the Bare Lip Liner by Crayon Case, followed up with that same cheap lipstick that I use all the time, and then I applied the NYX Lingerie lipstick to the inner parts of my mouth to give me a full nude look. I went with a nude lip, and I used my lip pencil just to buff it out. This is the final look. Let me know what you think. I'm loving this pop of color. Stay tuned for my next video.